demonstration of a basic structure and setup for training with the eBell. So it's designed to be motion first training. So that's why I don't address grip position, stance, all those kinds of things, because I think if you train a motion first, then you figure out for yourself exactly where you have to stand, how strong your grip has to be, those kinds of things, once you have that motion. So the motion thing is the fundamental, but there is a little bit, so I built into it a way to train arm position and hand position by how I've oriented the handles. So because the handles are turned out a little bit, it inclines you to do this with your arms, which is to put this part of your elbow down, or this up. And if you look in like Ben Hogan's 5 Lessons, he suggests exactly that. So the one thing I would do is get a habit, because it's going to make it more translatable. Develop a habit of doing this and this as you pick up the eBell. So if you do that, you're in a perfect position. And then when you go to pick up the club, do that and that. And that will help you to translate this, which is not, this is kind of more how you would be inclined to put your elbows, which then gets you this independent movement of your arms. And what you really want is your arms to be moving with your body. So there is a little bit of, the one thing you're doing with your upper body is you're holding a little bit of tension here and here. That's where the effort in your upper body is. It's holding this structure together. So when you go up, you don't collapse. So beginning training, so I'm going to set it like that. Elbows down, pick it up, figure out where you want to stand, and then the thing I work on in basic is you want to keep that structure. So my inclination is to pretty good there and kind of let it collapse there. So I work on a little bit, keeping that structure, and you really don't have to go, you can't keep that structure all the way to the top. Your arm will fold, but I think for training purposes, it's better to just stay in this realm where you can keep that structure intact, and then, like I say, you start to let it offset a little bit. So the structure stays the same, but your lower body starts to lead. You can let it hinge a little bit too. So then you get a little bit of that timing of the club drop, coming to its natural rest and falling. And in some ways, it's a strange thing, but until you have a good motion, it's almost detrimental to be hitting balls, because what you're ingraining then is something that is going to be hard to undo. So you really want to work on this basic thing, and if you can't keep this kind of sequence going any bigger than this, then don't go hitting balls bigger than that until you can. Right? And you'll see it when you go to pick up the club and hit the ball. Go to whatever size and speed that you can still maintain that feeling of that sequence. Arms like that. Just keeping it straight. It's going to feel a little bit stiff, so you're holding some tension there. And then, so that's it. So, raised hit. Hit one more. Moved a little bit on that one forward, and it kind of ended up not being good contact. So just basic motion, keeping your structure. There you go.